Hi there guys, it's Sam from Tantrum Kitesurf, or as some people have been calling me, Batman, because of the ridiculous tan lines around here. So thank you very much for that, much appreciated. So what we've got today is, we did a question and answer session a couple of days ago and I forgot to scroll down on the question and answer page and missed a few of yours questions, and you have rightly written in and reminded me to answer your questions. So I'm going to cover those questions now, so I apologise about that. For the guys whose questions I haven't missed, I will go through them right now. So again, just give me a second. I'm going to check my bit of paper this time. So we have got, I'm a total beginner in kite surfing and I'm trying to water start. Apparently I've got some of the things right since I'm able to get up and out of the water. I'm now just having trouble with that second stroke. The one where the kite goes from low to high. Sometimes I want to steer the kite back up, it doesn't move, it just hangs there and I'm sinking back into the water and the kite drops in the water too. Classic. This is a classic that we see all the time, caused by a few things. The first one is what you'll be doing your first stroke. Cool, I'm getting up. Maybe you're even finishing that first stroke off, you probably are, you're bringing the kite to here, but by this time, you're riding. You think, oh, good, I'm actually up and riding. So what you tend to do at this point is you just think, okay, just to get a bit more power, pull the bar and then just hold the kite there in an attempt to ride. And all that happens inevitably is now you've pulled the bar all the way in, you're stalling the kite, the kite generally falls backwards into the water, you sink, and that's the end of that. What you've got to do is, as you say, keep the kite moving. So that second stroke is crucial. So what you've got to do, you bring the kite down, you finish the stroke off, i.e. you bring the kite low and sort of out of the side of the window to get that glide. Now at this point you've got to be a little bit conscious. Most people, whether you want to or not, most people will have pulled the bar all the way in. It's human nature. We want to pull ourselves up. If you're sat on the floor, you pull yourself up on something. You're just trying to pull yourself up on the bar. What I would suggest, at this point you've got to be mega conscious. You've got to get the bar out, because if you've got the bar in at this point, even if you try and then steer the kite back up, you've got very little leverage on the bar because the bar's right next to your stomach. So you try to steer the bar and there's just nothing there to there's no room there to move it. But two, with the bar all the way in, the kite's stalling. So it's going to be very, very unresponsive. So what you've got to do is reset the kite, get the bar out, or ideally not have the bar in the first place. And what we talk about with our guys here when we're teaching is, look, try and fly the kite a bit harder. So the last thing your body wants to do is pull the bar in. If I need to ditch some power, But also, you stand up here at this point when the kite's high. This part of the stroke is just to get you gliding out. So you're not after extra power there. So a good way of thinking about it is, as the kite comes over, bar out. That gives you lift. As the kite comes down, pulling the bar in to about 45 degrees, then as it continues to come down, squeezing it out. And I'm not talking, this is the other thing, people think, I should get the bar out, poof. No, it's a squeeze. I always think of it as a clutch on a car. Squeeze the bar out gently as it's at the bottom and steer hard. And that will bring the kite back up again. Now you don't want to bring it up past, let's say you're going this way, 11 o'clock. Because as soon as you bring it over your head, you're being pulled up onto your toes and over the front. So keep it working in this zone here. But you want a nice deep first stroke, bar out, steer hard, bring the kite back up again. I guarantee that's what you're doing. It'll be the bar is stuck in and you're just holding on, thinking, I'm riding, keep going, and you sink. You have to, unless you're really nicely powered, slightly overpowered, you're going to need that second stroke. And again, I always think of it as 3 strokes. That gets you out of the water, that keeps you on the water, that one moves you forward. Okay? So yeah, bar out, steer hard. So that's the answer to that one. And again, sorry for taking so long to answer that one. I'll get to the next one. This is a response to the last video. We talked about efficiency at the end of the video. Especially how to ride over chop. Even now I don't feel I can use the full power of a reasonably powered kite for speed in somewhat difficult chop. Right, yeah, this is another classic one. Obviously, again, compared to snowboarding, chop is almost like riding over moguls, and it's very difficult to do that with any kind of consistency. The key to riding over chop is to relax your legs. What you want at this point is from your core upwards, solid. So you're locked in there, and your legs just act as shock absorbers. So really relax your legs. And what you should have is this almost like suspension on a car. You know, the car's moving flat and the wheels are just doing this. That's exactly what's happening with your body. Your upper body is solid and it's not really moving, and it's just your legs absorbing everything. Now the key to this, a couple of mistakes people make. They tend to ride with a straight front leg. You windsurfers out there, you ex-windsurfers out there, I'm talking to you, okay? Bend that front leg slightly. Because if you've got that straight, it's one of the difference between kitesurfing and windsurfing. Kitesurfing boards ride much lower in the water. Windsurfing boards tend to glide much more over the top of the water because you've got a lot more buoyancy. So by having a straight front leg, you're just going to feel every jar of the wave. So bend your front leg slightly. Again, think wakeboarding stance a bit more than windsurfing here. Bend that front leg slightly and just absorb everything through your legs. So your legs just act as shock absorbers over the chop, and your upper body stays solid. Now a good stance is crucial for this, because that, you know, that shagging stance, getting the hips forward, locking everything out, will enable you then to relax legs. If you're struggling to do this, I would suggest have a look at your stance, because you're probably dropping into that shitting stance where actually relaxing your legs becomes very difficult because you're doing a squat. So all your power is being driven through your legs, and relaxing them is just out of the question. So again, good stance is crucial. Focus on legs. If you can't relax your legs, look at your stance. That's probably where it's going wrong. Okay, so that's us caught up. Again, sorry about that, guys. As usual, if you've got any more questions or comments on these answers, stick them in the notes below if you're watching this on YouTube, or send me an email, sam@tantrumkitesurf.com, and I will answer your questions in a timely manner next time. Okay, speak to you soon, guys. Goodbye.